Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. And of course, we're gonna dive with our daily as usual, starting with our channeling here to observe the price, where it is positioning right now regarding our base channel. Are we unfolding this wave 3 or not, Bitcoin? So the question mark here is this a wave 3 or not? Unfortunately, we are in a very critical level where, of course, a breakout here can be, of course, a potential wave 3, but a preserving of a position or pushing for higher here can be something totally different, which it can be, of course, a wave B toward the upside after 3 waves down. So therefore, of course, we are in a very critical position right now to confirm or to get a decision if we are looking for higher or for lower. Currently, the micro level will tell us exactly what's going on, and very likely currently that we are, of course, in a triangle formation here, which it can be, of course, a characteristic for wave 4, which might means, of course, 1, 2, 3, and then wave 4 still unfolding, and then wave 5 to, of course, unfold toward the downside, meaning, of course, a wave 3 definitely, because we're gonna break the base channel, and it might be, of course, this time a much more decisive. And of course, that means we might be in a 1, 2, 3 here, and then having 4 and a 5, and then 4 and a 5 because we have another 1, 2 over there. So this is regarding, of course, the base channel. Yeah, the decision is gonna be very, very critical here in case we get, of course, lower prices. That means, of course, we are going into a deep correction here, which it might be, of course, a full impulse in a wave A, and then B and a C, of course, toward the downside. Whether if we push for higher here, that means, of course, we are in a regular flat, A, B, and a C. And of course, a regular flat can be at the same time an expanding flat, which it can be, of course, taking a little bit the all-time high here within a wave B expanding flat and then pushing for down to the same area again, which it can be, of course, the 0.38 there around the 52K. Let's see this, of course, as a label. So basically for the regular and the expanding flats here, if we have, of course, a both case scenario, we have an A, potential wave B hitting, of course, before taking the high, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to hit at least the 0.38, 56K, $800. And potentially, of course, taking the 1-to-1 fib level, which it can be around the 52K there, in case even a little bit higher in case, of course, we get higher wave B. Now, basically, if we make a transition here to a wave B expanding flat, which is, of course, an A, B, and a C there, the wave C can come back to the same position because, of course, the expanding flat are higher here, and the 1.618 will, of course, be within the same area with the 1-to-1 fib level within a regular flat. And of course, this means, of course, the same area will be given 0.38 as well as 56K, and can be, of course, around the 52K as a border. Don't forget, we don't want to break, of course, the support areas. The support area is very, very important to preserve. If broken, therefore, the deep correction is coming in, and that means, of course, this possibility. So basically, it's two main possibility, guys. There is no other one. So there is a regular flat or an expanding flat. Okay, it's a third possibility, expanding flat. But if in case we break, of course, the base channel and we continue impulsively towards the downside here, the base channel, that means, of course, deep correction. Yeah, and especially if we break the support area, the 52K, definitely we are in a deep correction, wave A, wave B, and then wave C, of course, to unfold with time, which is, of course, in July 27, potentially to unfold something as a bull run again. And a question was posed yesterday on Discord regarding the time here. Of course, nothing yet is 100% that is going to unfold direct bullish scenario. Of course, it can start already a 1-2 and then 1-2, and again, of course, to push the really massive wave 3 can be even take one more year for the bull run to unfold. Yeah, so it's not directly that we're gonna push really for higher there, but this is the idea. You're gonna range first and then, of course, pushing really high. And of course, in confluence with the altcoins, if the altcoins says, of course, as we see in April or March 2026, that they might start to unfold, meaning in this area here, and that means, of course, in confluence with Bitcoin here, can be, of course, a possibility. Yeah, can be a possibility. But what if that the altcoins just range very, very slow and kind of like giving the signal, oh, we are dying there, and then of course pushing toward the upside from nowhere. Yeah, so this is what it might happen in altcoin and of course with Bitcoin at the same time. So this is the idea. Yeah, so this is regarding, of course, the crypto market overview as well, not just Bitcoin, but yeah, it's nice to see the confluence of timing between all the crypto market. So basically, two scenarios, as we mentioned, the deep correction or the flat shallow wave 2, which I think that this should be the case, honestly. Despite that, we can still push for lower 1-to-1 fib level for the WX and Y, and it still can push for higher again, wave B and a C, or an expanding flat B and a C as well. So we have a gap until the 52K here to be in a regular flat or in an expanding flat until 52K. Before 52K, okay, we cannot think yet very, very deep unless it's broken, and of course we dive, of course, for something very deeper there. Yep, so this is regarding Bitcoin, the daily. Let's move to the 2 hours chart here. For the 2 hours chart, we are looking, of course, at our WX and a Y. I'm going to explain a little bit why I don't take a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 3 is not allowed over there. 1, 2, 3, wave 4, interfering with the zone 1, and then, of course, wave 5 here is a potential zigzag because, of course, you have wave 3. The wave 3 is somehow shorter. If you take a look closer here, you can see, of course, that this is a short wave 3 there. Yeah, so which is not allowed. You can see it even on the daily within the candle as well. You can see this. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so it's not allowed there. There is something wrong with it. And that means, of course, yeah, we might be here in an expanding diagonal, which is can be only a wave C or a wave 1. And that means 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is your wave 3 right now unfolding, which we are currently potentially in the wave 4 of it and might unfold the wave 5. Now, the possibility on the 2 hours and 1 hour chart for this wave 3 are also several possibilities. So we have a potential here, 1, 2, 3, of course, wave 4 unfolding in the yellow, very high possibility to reach, of course, this target around, of course, the 52K and above it, I would say, not so much around it. It can be a little bit above it. Now, very likely as well that you might be in double 1, 2. Yeah, so because, of course, this 1, 2, 3, the wave 3 is short here. Not shorter than wave 1, which is fine, but yeah, it can be another 1, 2. And this, your wave 3 and potentially wave 4 unfolding as double 1, 2. And this is what I was hoping here to take, of course, the 74K at least to invalidate the double 1, 2, because this was invalidation of double 1, 2. Well, at least in this case, I stick with one scenario for sure as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. Finished wave 3, and this is a major wave 4, and of course 1, 2 there. But unfortunately, I cannot say so. There is a possibility for double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, a 4, and a 5 again. Yep, so this is a market. What we can do right now is just to wait and see what's going to be the reaction over there after one more low. If it's still corrective, then yes, it is the double 1, 2 playing over there. So, yeah. We got to be careful. So, yeah, so on the 15-minute chart as well, we can see clearly we are in an A, B, C, D, and an E here, and potentially the wave E is still unfolding as a zigzag and then pushing toward the downside. Unless the wave E is finished there as a short zigzag, and then we push like already from now. So we got to be careful with it, of course. Very low possibility, as I mentioned, to be in several 1, 2s here. As a 1, 2, 1, 2, of course, the possibility is very low, knowing that, yeah, I saw this on some YouTube channels calling this wave 3, which is totally wrong, of course. You have 3 waves here. So yeah, that is totally wrong, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished over there here. In case, of course, one impulse there, yeah. And that makes it, of course, 1, 2, and then 3. Now, if you look at your wave 5, what is your wave 5? You have 3 waves up. So something is wrong, right? So once something is wrong in the impulse, you cannot call it impulse. Yeah. So I'm talking to the guys who's putting wave 3 there, which it makes me a little bit angry to see such a thing. It's so much misleading. And of course, this is a corrective wave, meaning a W, X, and a wave Y here. It's a correction. And that means, of course, very likely we are a wave C, and then, of course, pushing for lower, guys. So, yeah, that was it for Bitcoin for the daily. Trade safe, of course. Highest possibility is to push for lower there. Yeah, very, very corrective, very long sideways. Short momentum, as we mentioned. So we cannot call 1, 2, 1, 2 as others do right now. But yeah, be careful. Trade safe, guys. So, yeah, that was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.